Hey everyone, I am live and I am private chatting with my friend Tiffany Higgins, who's on with me. It is Freedom Friday. Let's say private chat. Hey everyone, welcome, welcome, welcome. I am just checking to make sure all systems are go right now. And I've got Tiffany Higgins here on the show here with me, but she can't hear me quite well through the chat. We don't, or she can't hear me really through her speaker. She's on StreamYard on her phone, but I can chat with her in the chat. So we're going to communicate like that. But she's going to be speaking. So let's see if her volume is working. Tiffany, can you hear me at all? Can you say something? I'm waving at you. Let's see if she can respond. Can you say something? Let's see if it works.
Hi, I'm Tiffany Higgins. Sorry. Technical difficulties on my end.
Oh, we might have lost her. All right. Well, we may be able to have her. We may not. My name is Kenyatta Turner. I am the CEO and founder of Freedom Empire Consulting. I will bring her back on if she comes back in. This is Freedom Friday. You know what happens. Welcome. I'm glad you were here. Say hello in the chat. Give me a hashtag team live or a hashtag team replay so that I know you're here and everything is working. I'm just checking over here to make sure that, like I say, all systems are go. If I can see myself. Oh, yes. Okay, yeah, obviously that's working. Turn the volume down. So figuring things out, right? Using StreamYard. I am broadcasting in my Facebook page and my LinkedIn and YouTube, couple groups, and I think that's it. LinkedIn, I already mentioned that. So on Freedom Friday, now Tiffany can't really hear me very well. So
unless I can hear you now.
Oh, you can hear me now. Great. Okay, good. Because that was going to be quite the interesting challenge.
Yes, it was.
To figure that out. I'm like, I can chat with you in the chat and then have to wait for you to read it and then respond, I was like, we're going to work it out. But technology decided to be our friend here on this Freedom Friday. So here's what happens on Freedom Friday. And I've got Tiffany Higgins here with me. She is a friend. She's a client of mine. She's in my masterminds. Yesterday, she was at our event that we had yesterday, which we'll talk about in a moment. But I am just honored to have her here. And she's spontaneous like me. So when I said, hey, you want to join us for the Freedom Friday live and let's have a chat about the quote? Oh, and Sierra says, hello, ladies. Hey, Sierra.
Hi,
so
Sierra.
Yeah. So she's like, do we want to chat about, the quote, but then also this event, this epic event, that live event that we did yesterday that Tiffany came to. So we're going to talk about that in a moment as well. I'm so excited, elated actually about what happened yesterday. So let me bring up the Freedom Friday quote and let's take a look at this because this is what I posted today. This quote from Rosa Parks. And what we do every Freedom Friday is my business is called Freedom Empire Consulting. So it's no accident that there's something about the word freedom that really draws me and speaks to me if I decide to use it in my business's name, because it's important. I feel like your business should reflect who you are, what you believe in, what those values are, something you're gonna have to look at all the time. And it should be in alignment, right? If things are in alignment, it brings that energy that you want, right? So that as you're putting things out there, you're getting back what you're asking for and then being ready for what you receive. When it comes to freedom, I believe there are many different inconnotations of this word and how people use it, how they think about it, and what it can mean, what it means for me, and what it can mean for other people. So every Friday, I find a quote related to freedom, and I post it on almost every Friday. And I post it on LinkedIn, and then I do a Freedom Friday live. And so if you're here, I'm so glad you're here. Please say hello in the chat. Don't be afraid. Let us know here in the comments where you're at, where you're listening in from, because we would love to, know where you're at in the world. I'm in Phoenix, Arizona. Where are you at, Tiffany?
I am in Phoenix, Arizona, too.
Look at that. We're both there. And it looks like you're riding in a car right now. So you're like traveling right now.
I am. I'm traveling through Phoenix right now.
Yeah, she's in motion through Phoenix right now. So, and I'm glad you're not the one who's driving. So you're playing it safe.
We're playing it safe. I'm being chauffeured.
Yeah, being chauffeured. Lovely, lovely. And so, yeah, say hello in the chat. I see a few people taking a look. But when I wrote time I post the quote about freedom, usually I write a couple of things that stand out to me as I'm thinking about the quote, something that struck me that I wanted to share with you. And I'm going to tell you what I wrote for today real quick. I'm going to pull it up because I don't, where did it go? I had it. I don't know where it is now. And so, because there's a few things that I always share that are similar, in the quote that I want people to, oh, nope, not that. And so, now I can't find it. And now I can't find anything. Okay, here we go. Been having some internet issues lately and finding some things. Here it is. So here's what I write. As a noun, freedom is the power or right to act, speak, or think as one wants, or as one wants without hindrance or restraint. If you look it up, that's what you're going to see. Okay. However, there are many interpretations of that, and I like to explore them. So I love this quote by Rosa Parks, as it is an insightful and stark reminder of the powerful woman of a powerful woman and her fierce desire to create a lasting legacy of freedom and change for herself and for others. And then I write, freedom is an absolute state of mind. And I love how this quote, how she says, I want to be remembered as a person who wanted to be free so other people could also be free. And when I think about the idea of what do you want to be remembered for, I mean, that's a powerful thing to ponder, right? How much time do you spend really thinking about that and behaving as such? What do you want? None of us are going to be here forever, right? So, we're going to transfer from this place to the next, whatever that is. So, how do you want people to think about you? What is the legacy that you feel is important? And I don't know, maybe you haven't thought about that or not really sure. And that's okay, right? But it's just something to consider. Maybe there is something that you want people to remember you for. What does that really look like? And I think about that often. It doesn't drive everything that I do because I'm in the present and I want to do what I can to help people right now. But I also know that there's things I'm specifically doing that I absolutely intend for legacies beyond me to have been impacted by. So I do look that far, into the future, well beyond myself, to where that is something that comes to mind. So as she says, a person who wanted to be free, so other people would also be free. I think that's such a powerful statement and mindset. She wanted to provide something that was going to give her what she needed in her life personally, that was unique to her, what she wanted, but she knew that others probably or may want the same thing too. And that if she could set an example and be that, then it may show others that they could, as well, and pave the way for them to be able to as well, right? She wanted something for herself that would make, if she acquired it, it would make it possible for other people too, right? So I don't know. There's so many different ways to look into what she's saying here. And I was just riveted by it and wanted to share with you all today, and then wanted to see what your thoughts are, right? People in the chat, please put in the chat. I see Sierra saying, oh, she's in St. Petersburg, Florida. Hey, Sierra, thanks for putting that in there. Says, yes, 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 this is bigger than us. Absolutely. And then, of course, I brought Tiffany on today because sometimes I like to bring a guest on. Last week I had a couple of my business partners, Sherry Gideons and Jeff Fagan, who I threw this event with. They were on last week chatting, and Tiffany was at the event yesterday. But share with us, Tiffany, well, first off, say hello and introduce yourself because people know who you are, and then let's have a chat. So go ahead, floor is yours.
All right. Well, I'm Tiffany Higgins, and I am an event stylist. So I own my own company, the Tiffany Event. So I plan events so I can style your event or even style you for your event. So that's what I do. And thank you for having me on your show today, Kenyatta.
Yeah, you are welcome, the event stylist. And then so you were at our event. I don't know. You got to tell us. Do we need some style? So come on, we'll talk about that in a minute. We reserved that. We need to know as an event planner. I want to know what candidly what you think. All right. So, well, now I'm going to say something before I ask you about the quote. So for you all to understand how I connected with Tiffany, because it's pretty profound. It was a very pivotal moment in my life that changed the game. Like I get emotional even thinking about it because it's one, there's times in your life that just the line is drawn so dark and deep in the sand. It's like a chasm, you know what I'm saying? And so that's what it was like when I met her. So I had spoken to a friend of mine, Karen Joseph, and I was talking to her about just some things I wanted to plan and what my future was looking like and what I was building. I'm always thinking about my aspirational vision, my statement of desire. These are things I do repeatedly, constantly. And I said to her, I wrote down my aspirational vision. It's time for me to be a speaker, a very well paid speaker. That's what it's time for me to do, as well. I know the messages I want to share. It's time for me to understand what that looks like officially. I'd done it unofficially for many years, but do it officially. And so I said this to her, and within a couple of days, she messaged me on LinkedIn and said, "Hey, here's a link to a woman who's looking for speakers." I said, "Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Thank you, universe." That's how it happens, right? And so I reached out to Tiffany. Yeah, I reached out to her and I said, "Hey, you looking for speakers? I want to speak," and we got on the Zoom call and she had me tell her, "Well, what do you want to speak about? Tell me a little bit about you, what you do." And I said, "Look, I can talk about anything, but let me tell you my story and you figure it, we decide." So we kind of came together and realized that based on the women speaking, it was really about career development for business women, professional women. It was the 33rd annual Hispanic Women's Conference. That's the event I wound up speaking at, that Tiffany was planning the event for. And so she had me as a speaker. And I don't know, I feel like there was 125 women in that room that, came to hear my talk, something like that. But it was Tiffany who gave, was that right? About right? Yeah. So Tiffany gave me a chance. And that's really how I look at it. It's like she gave me a chance to do something I had not yet done. She trusted me to do that. She trusted her instincts and said, "Hey, I'd make a great fit." And I feel like it was an event that changed everything for me, because the woman who came up afterwards who said, "Hey, can you teach this to my staff?" And it was from the Maricopa County Department of Public Health. And they paid me to do a series of workshops for them. Right after that event, I was like, "Oh, everything's changed." And that's really when I got into the behavioral piece. That was early 2019. And that workshop was the first time I used the behavioral science tool, now called Behavioral Superpowers. And I used it with that group of individuals for the Maricopa County Department of Public Health. So Tiffany, again, I cannot thank you enough for allowing me the opportunity to speak at that event, because it changed my life in multiple ways. And the connection with you is priceless, quite honestly. So you're a friend, a client. We work together. I'm excited to do more things together. And so I just want to show you the gratitude that you absolutely deserve. So thank you.
You're welcome. I'm glad I could give you that opportunity, and you smashed it that day. You were awesome.
Thank you. It was so much fun. That's my element. I was in my element.
Yes, you were. You were very much in your element.
Yes. And I realized, oh, this is what you need to be doing, So you gave me the confirmation of that. Really, that event confirmed it all in that short time, confirmed it all. So here I am with you here today. So thank you again. And tell us, what are your thoughts about this quote from Rosa Parks?
Well, I feel like by her saying that, she, wanted to be free, and she wants to be remembered for that because she actually took a stand, and she knew eventually, I think, that people would be free, but somebody needed to take that stand to make it happen. And that's what led, kept leading to the changes.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And again, these quotes, and anyone listening, you're so right about that. She made that stand. Anyone, if you put your comments in the chat, if you have anything to share, you might be watching the replay of this. So, the rules, #team live, #team replay. Let us know what your thoughts are as well about that quote. So we'll bring that back up in a second, but now I'm going to share the screen, and Tiffany, we're going to talk, we're going to be out of here in a few minutes, folks. Talk very briefly about this event that we had yesterday. And I want to share the screen because I want to show you the flyer at the same time. So this event, I've been planning this for a while. So excited. So it was so much fun. So this event we were planning for a while, me and my business partners, Sherry Gideons and Jeff Fagan. And it was a video, an event that I always knew would happen in my mind. The first time that I saw the Think and Grow Rich movie, I knew I wanted to host an event where I was sharing this movie, and I knew I wanted to bring people together in person to do it. I even knew one of the speakers that I wanted to be at the event, which was Dr. Evelyn Bethune, who is the granddaughter of Dr. Mary McLeod Bethune. And it all came together yesterday in this one
Mhm.
event that we had. It was phenomenal. I had a great time. But Tiffany, I really love to give you a few minutes to just share, tell the people who are watching just what your experience was, what you think about the event. And her and I haven't talked about this, so I'm really interested to hear. Really, because we were so busy, we ran out of there, and I didn't even talk to her since, right? So
Yeah.
give us some feedback, good, bad, or the ugly. We want to know. So tell us what you thought.
Well, I thought everything was great. It was fun getting to watch the movie again because that's the second time I've seen it. And every time you watch it, you get different like little tidbits from it that you can apply to what's going on right now in your life or stuff that you didn't even pick up on the first go round.
Mhm.
But then afterwards, I thought the energy in the room was really good because everybody was connecting with each other and really networking and trying to figure out how we can all work together kind of thing. And so it was fun. I met a few people that were interested in events and even some creative events, like something
Mm.
out of my different um, area of expertise in planning. So I don't know. I like doing different things, and so learning about one of these was really exciting.
Yeah. And so now creative, that's right up your alley. So what is your behavioral superpower style? Oh, hey, Daniel Gomez. Daniel Gomez is saying hello. Some fire. What's your behavioral superpower style?
I am a facilitator, and I'm spontaneous, as you know, because I jumped on here with you last minute, and I'm trusting.
Yes, and trusting. And creativity is one of your highest scores too, of the factors, I believe, right?
Yeah,
And
it was.
it was like might have been number 3 or something. So so thinking about these creative events that you're talking about, can you give me an example without, telling us all the secrets? I mean, anything that like comes to mind, like what are you thinking about? Like, ooh, that sounds like fun. Something I haven't done before. Is it a secret? Can you share with us?
Um, well, I could just say it's something that hasn't been done and it's a niche market. If I'm
Ooh,
saying that right, niche, yeah.
neat. How, niche,
I don't
niche.
know how you say it,
Yeah.
yeah. But it's something that's very special. I wouldn't say specialized, but it is really cool idea that this person has, and they've kind of hit on a market that is not being served, and so they're looking for a way to do that
Not
through an event.
Okay, nice. Well, hey, that's more opportunities, something I want to hear more about when it comes to fruition. But I also want to mention and give you thanks because you helped us with the event as well. You were one of our volunteers that helped us
You're
out.
welcome.
Yes, I'm so appreciative, as well as Russ Johns, Scott Elder, and Stephanie
Hmm.
Stanley. They were our volunteer crew that came to help us pull this free event off. That was off the chain. I mean, the room was, I would have to say, packed. you know
Yeah.
yeah, it was. I mean, it was a humongous success. There was tons of people there. And the energy is unmatched. I can't truly describe like what I felt in the moment, and just listening to everyone sharing, and of course watching the movie together. I mean, a bunch of grown folks sitting in the room watching the movies, watching a
Yeah.
movie like this, taking notes, and just. I mean, again, the power of the mastermind, you put people together and it just creates a larger force, right? Bigger than all
Hmm.
of us. None of us as smart as all of us. And the way that we came together in that room in the middle of a day on a Thursday, I mean, I'm just so, I shouldn't be surprised about these things at all. And it's really not surprised anymore for me. I just live in a space of awe and wonderment
Hmm.
about the things that just happen exactly as they're supposed to. The right people come into your life in the moment, exactly when they're supposed to be. And the thing about it is are you ready to receive it? Because you
Right.
ask for things and you have to be ready to receive those things when they show up. And I am more than ready. I mean, this was by design. So as much as it was this beautiful thing yesterday, I kept walking around going, yeah, we designed this. This is by design,
Hmm.
and you never know until it always happens. Cause sometimes you're like, well, I hope one person shows. I mean, of course we knew the room was going to be full and we decided to do it, but to see
Right.
it all happen in that way and then everyone experience what they experienced because that's what it was about. Like we wanted that for them. So excited about that. So excited about the future. And thank you again for you being there. Thank you to our sponsors, Dream Smart Academy, for letting everyone take the behavioral exercise. Influencer Soft for providing tons of support in the background for things that we did and things we will continue to do. Jesse Dobeck, the founder of Influencer Soft, spoke at the event, as well as Jeff Morris, the co-founder and chief dream maker for Dream Smart Academy, my business partner. And then we had Dr. Evelyn Bethune, who spoke afterwards. Her grandmother was featured in the movie, which is pretty phenomenal. So hearing what she had to say. Now, were you able to be in the room when she was speaking as well?
Yes, that was a highlight to hear her talk about that, and to know that she was the granddaughter of
Dr. Mary McLeod Bethune.
Oh yeah, Mary McLeod. I couldn't think of her name, but that was really cool to get to hear her speak afterwards and talk about her grandmother.
That was powerful. I mean, because obviously she can share what no one else can,
Right.
no one else has that, but it's such an inspiration, especially like we start our own charter school, Dream Smart Life Prep Academy. It's like, I don't know, that I could just go on, and we don't have time to go on and on. However, those of you who are watching, if you weren't at the event, catch the next one when we decide to do another one. We're going to be doing a master class. Yep, a Think and Grow Rich masterclass after that, me, Sherry, and Jeff. And, if you want to know more about that, then, obviously, you know how to reach me. If you're watching this, you can put in the DM, tell me about that masterclass, put that in there. And Tiffany, I think you're going to wind up participating in it. I really hope so as well. But I'm just honored that you were there to help and support us, and that you were able not only to do that, but that you were able to experience that, because you've seen the movie before, like you said, but being able to watch it again and be a part of something that is just the scratch of the surface for the community that we're about to build. So yesterday was confirmation, that we have the right people around us who are interested to do that. So
definitely.
Thank you. And then the last thing I'm going to do real quick here is I'm going to put up the quote just again and give some props to everyone, because it is Freedom Friday. We know how this works. We want you to enjoy your weekend, have a good time, and remember this powerful Freedom Friday quote from Rosa Parks. If you don't know who she is, you guys know I never tell you who the quotes are from. If I put their name up there and you don't know who the person is, I always encourage you to go look it up, because you will find out more information if you go look it up on your own than if I were to tell you who they were. And I don't want to limit you. Okay. So if you don't know who Rosa Parks is, go ahead and Google it. Okay. And she said, I would like to be remembered as a person who wanted to be free so that other people would also be free. And that is the Freedom Friday quote. I am your host, Kenyatta Turner, CEO and founder of Freedom Empire Consulting, where I coach, influence, protect. I'm an outgoing, fast-paced influencer who believes that behavior matters. My guest today has been Tiffany Higgins. She is a spontaneous and trusting facilitator. And tell them one more time, Tiffany, what do you do and how they can contact you?
Okay, so I am an event stylist. My company is The Tiffany Event. And you can reach me on Instagram at The Tiffany Event. And I'd be more than happy to talk to you.
Lovely. Very just like a facilitator. Very just got it together. I love it. Everyone else out there watching, thanks for watching Freedom Friday. Have a great one. And then we will see you next time. And remember, #behavior matters. Talk to you later. Tiffany, stay here for 1 second, okay?
Okay.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Let's see. End broadcast.